here on the Works IRL channel about fixing things around my house, in my yard, my lawn tractor, my vehicles. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, or in this case, Jim a dull boy. So I started another channel called Jim Snaps, where I'm putting some of my photography work. I've also got another one called Jim Sees. I'm trying to niche down, I guess they would say, in the YouTube world. Certainly would appreciate if you want to take a look at some of those. They're very small budding channels at this point. The purpose of this video, though, frankly, is about photography. Canon just seems like it hits the mark for me. I feel like they're synonymous with just high-end photography. So here are some great deals that I think are worth taking a look at. Now, to start things off, this is the Canon EOS R10. This is the camera that I purchased last year in about March of 2024. I did pay a little less than this, but given today's international complications with the trade, this isn't probably too bad. And notice it is 11% off, and this has got the kit lens, which is the RF 24 to 50 millimeter. It's the f4.5 to 6.3. It is an image stabilized, so that's great. And frankly, I think it's a really good lens. It's just maybe a little bit on the dark side if you're going to be like at night. But frankly, I haven't had it be an issue, so I don't think it's anything to shy away from. Take a look at in that listing. It has this select percent back at checkout to get 10% back if you use your Prime Store card. This is what I think makes this deal really good. It's not only the Prime days at Amazon, but the fact that if you use your Prime Store card, you get 10% back, which just is basically, to me, it's like money off because, well, frankly, I'm always using Amazon for most of my purchases for just tasks around the house, whether it be fertilizer, whether it be sprinkler heads, whether it be tools for doing stuff, you know, faucet repair parts, furnace repair parts, oven repair parts, you name it. I basically take this money that I've got sitting in my Amazon Cashback account and I apply it towards those kinds of mundane day-to-day things that kind of is always hard to spend money on, if you know what I mean. It's nothing fun. So you do want to read the fine details and make sure that you know what your dates are for the cash back, and just it's been pretty straightforward for me. When I do Canon purchases, I generally wait until I see that 10% cash back. And I think in the past, I may have even seen them be slightly higher every once in a while, I believe, like maybe 15%, but not very often, and it's usually kind of a surprise thing. Now, this is the Canon RF 16 millimeter, and I think with 22% off at $259, it's really not so bad. It is one of the less expensive RF lenses, and I frankly have had a good time with this. I think it's the only way to capture some of those really tall skyscrapers and cityscapes. And just if you're in a tight room, this really will help take a picture of interiors of homes, or if you've got a big group and you want to get everybody in the shot, this is the way to go with that 16 millimeter. Now the 28 millimeter, this is $329, which actually I think this is a little bit more than I spent myself, and I'm not even sure if there's really a discount on this for Prime days. But at the 10% back, as you see, it's got that note on there. I think it's still a good buy in the sense that you're going to get, what is that, $33 back, if you will, in the form of cash back. So that makes this just under $300 for this lens. Now, this 24 millimeter, I don't have this one, but it's got a pretty good aperture opening. It's at, what, f1.8, so this would be good for some low light shots. And it is 8% off, and you can see it again. It's got that 10% back if you're using your Amazon Prime card or Prime Visa card. This 35 millimeter, I've got this, and it is a beautiful lens. It's 1.8, so it's very fast. I've used it at nighttime in the winter when it's pretty dark, and it is pretty amazing what it picks up and the smoothness of it, and it's image stabilized, and it also does some really, really good macro. I took some shots of some just small little ice chunks that were just laying on my sidewalk, and they really turned out just great. And I think it's a beautiful lens. It's very hefty too. You can tell with the image stabilization in it that it's built very well. Now this is the 50 millimeter, the Nifty 50 as a lot of folks like to call it. Again, fast lens, it's the f1.8, and I find it to be a really nice lens. I used it for street photography when I was in Chicago, and Frankly, I just am amazed at how I was able to get in on the action, and the clarity was just beautiful. RF 85mm f2, I've kind of heard mixed reviews. Some folks think it kind of hunts around a little bit, but I know there's a slide on the side that you can say, hey, just stay within the macro distances, or to stay in sort of the long range distances, so it's not hunting the entire capabilities from macro all the way out. It's certainly not a cheap lens. None of these RF lenses are, but at 8% off, and plus you're looking at what, about $60 cash back because of using that 10% back. This is the time to do it, and I may pull the trigger on this one. I've still got a couple days, but this one's tempting. I like that 85 just seems like would be nice even in street photography, to reach out a little further, maybe catch something across the street that you might not be able to run across at that moment, but still get in on what you're trying to focus in on. This RF 15 to 30mm. This is the f4.5 to 6.3, 25% off, and then you take another, what is that, 45 bucks off of that roughly, or you're going to get back from this. So this will drop it down on roughly close to 400. This is a big doozy of a lens. This is a RF 100 to 400mm, and it's 5.6 to 8. That would be outstanding, I think, for aerial photography or catching planes in midair as they're coming in for a landing. It doesn't look like it's necessarily being discounted that I can tell, but it does seem to, oh, this doesn't have the note about the, so there's a case in point. It does not have that note about the 10% back on that one, so my bad. That one might not be that great to go with at the moment. At Canon EOS R10, this is just the body. I've always had a soft spot for the price point on these. This one doesn't look like it's got the 10% cash back, but it does have a 10% for the Prime days going on, it appears. This is the Canon EOS R10. If you get the kit lens with it, it looks like you do get the 10% back. So that's one of those. I'm going to go back again. Yep, the body only. I don't see that note. So I think this could be one of those case in points where, look, you're looking at $949 body only. You're looking at $1,099 with the kit lens, and frankly, you take off 10%. That's what, roughly $110 off. So that, brings it down to where you're paying maybe 40 bucks, 50 bucks for a lens, which for what is that, an RFS 18 to 45mm, that might not be so bad after all. It's an APS-C. This is kind of iconic, the R7. It has been, I think, more expensive than this in the past, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this is body only, but it does seem to have that note about the 10% cash back, which is nice to see. So you're getting 6% off, plus the 10% would give you about $150 off this. And the R7 is always nice because you're getting, I think the body is a bit more weather sealed than the R8. I don't believe the R8 technically is weather sealed, but I think the R7 is. This one is the R7, and it includes the kit lens RFS 18 to 150mm, which that's a nice range, and it's what, f3.5 to 6.3. And I think this one has got, yeah, it's got the 10% back on that too. So you're looking at what, $185 in cash back on that one. So all in all, these Prime days are really interesting. Just that I love my R8, and I love these RF lenses. I've got the 16, I've got the 28 pancake lens. It's just so small and convenient and very, very subtle when you're taking it out on the street. I think I'd aspire to get this 24. I've got the 35. It's a beautiful lens and great all around. I've got the nifty 50. That's a sharp one. The 85 I really would like to add to my arsenal, just because I like a prime lens. I think I love the fastness of these lenses. It's pretty good times to get the things you're looking for on these Amazon Prime days. I've got links in the description. They are affiliate links, so I get a small commission if you do use those, and certainly supports the channel, and I appreciate that very much. I've got links in the description. Thank you very much, because it does help support the channel. We'll see you in the next videos. Thanks for tuning in.